What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Grayson here from Profit. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Paldean Fates and also later in the video, Crown Zenith. These two specialty sets are basically back to all-time highs. If we want to look at the Paldean Fates ETB to start out, I think we got close to $300 in ETB. Then we came back down to around $230. Paldean Fates actually got hit fairly hard, all things considered, for a specialty set, but recent sales, you can see here, most recent one actually $299. That's basically back to 300 bucks, 299, 288 all day long. We're in that range now. And it's not just the ETBs, also the booster bundles. These aren't at all-time highs. They were over $100, but recent sales, you're still in that like $98 range, essentially there at this point. And it makes sense when you think about Paldean Fates rotating out this year, how iconic some of the cards in the set are, like the Mew EX, the Bubble Mew. I understand why people are trying to load up on this. And the booster bundle displays are something that are very interesting and kind of telling about where Paldean Fates is going. These were up to like $1,200, $1,300, I think, at one point. They definitely overshot. Recent sales, however, we're back over $1,000, actually probably over $1,100 based on the past 4 or 5 sales. An outlier here at $1,800. Don't really know what's going on there. I wouldn't expect to see that price again for a while at least. But Paldean Fates, it's on the move, guys. And this was a set that I always thought didn't get the love it deserved, but at the same time, I'm not a huge fan of baby shinies, so it's definitely not my favorite set of the era, but just having the Mew EX up top is really going to make it one of those sets that people will want to open in the future. The really interesting thing here is we're starting to see a little bit of support on the Bubble Mew around this $480 range. I kind of figured that we might see this drop towards like $450, maybe even a little bit lower. I doubt we get back to summer levels where this was about $300 at the end of June. I think that's fairly unlikely, but could it go any lower than 480? It is possible, I guess. Definitely one of the top cards from the SV era. Same thing with the Charizard EX. We're kind of seeing a little bit of support here around $200. Could this go lower? I think so. This one I think is more realistic to see those kind of summer lows of around 160. Maybe gets to 180. Who knows? Maybe it just turns around tomorrow, but I think it's fairly hard to argue against the top hits in Paldean Fates for the long term, and we can throw the Gardevoir in there as well. I love the artwork of this card. I think it's very beautiful. I love the colors. Same sort of deal. Dropped all the way down to like $107, $106 USD. We're back up to around 110 now with recent sales in that range. Some going as high as $115. I doubt we see this card get down to $70, $75 again. Could be wrong though. We'll have to wait and see what happens. The shinies are holding up fairly well. Pikachu, this is like $32. Iono 26. I know that's not a baby shiny, but still has a little bit of value there. I was someone who always said that Paldean Fates was fairly top heavy. You don't have a ton of supporting cards, but just looking at it today, it's not terrible either, by the way. I mean, the whole first page are cards over $7, and then the whole second page, you still have cards up to $5. So it's definitely not the deepest set out there. It's no Crown Zenith, it's no Prismatic Evolutions, but you have value outside those top 3 hits, which I think is important going forward, especially when these packs move towards 20, 25, $30. If someone can pull at least $5 of value out of their pack, some people are going to be happy, some people won't, but I do think that's important. Whereas with Sun and Moon or even Sword and Shield, you could open a $30 pack and get like a, I don't know, dollar hollow or something. So keep that in mind going forward. Now, before we talk about Crown Zenith, did just want to jump in here and say if you guys are enjoying the content, I'd really appreciate if you leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel, helps out a ton getting these videos pushed out to more people. Also, if you guys are interested, links to the market spreadsheet and consultation calls there as always. And if you are shopping, eBay TCG Player Hobbiesville, I do have the affiliate links as well, free and easy to use. All you have to do is click on the link before you make your purchase. I get a small percentage of the sale at no extra cost to you. So it's a free and easy way to support the channel. Thank you guys so much. If you do decide to use any of those, getting back into Crown Zenith though, you guys know I'm a massive fan of Crown Zenith. I love seeing this box get back to all-time highs. And Crown Zenith was one of those sets that didn't get hit too hard during the correction. Before the correction, we were around $225 in ETB. We got down to maybe 195. I'm sure on eBay you could have found boxes in like the 180, 185 range, but that's maybe like 10, 12%, where something like Paldean Fates, we did see that 20, 25% correction on that box. Crown Zenith, recent sales, $248, the most recent sale, and that was actually from yesterday. No sales today. Going to Canada. Maybe there's been some to the States because, as you guys know, I'm up here in the north, so it defaults to this. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't sell super often on TCG Player anymore. eBay, we're somewhere between 4 and 5 every single day. Buy it now, which is fairly respectable for an ETB that's $250. I see these being more in the future. I don't know what the peak on a regular ETB can be. I mean, Hidden Fades, we're talking like $410 at this point. 151, you're basically in that range as well. I think CZ could get there. I doubt it's going to be this year, but 2, 3 years down the road, I do think that's possible. There's still a ton of Crown Zenith that gets chewed through. When I watch Wenzel TCG, I mean, they always sell out of Crown Zenith. Same thing with like Prismatic Evolutions and some other sets. So it's something that people still want to open. And it makes sense when you look at the cards inside the set, which we'll get to here in a second. But before that, I did just want to show you guys the booster bundles are 100% an all-time high. 123.27 on TCG Player. They don't sell super often. I remember though, I bought a ton of these from Walmart Canada. They were getting restocked, I think in 2024 even, and you could get them for like 42.92 Canadian, all in after tax and shipping, or maybe that was pre-tax. Either way, like very cheap booster bundles. At the time, it was kind of expensive, but looking back at it, it was a solid deal. The bundle cases of 20, really interesting by the way that it was 20 for Crown Zenith, these square ones. These don't sell super often on TCG Player, but most recent sale was $3,500 for a sealed case back in December. And I'm sure a lot of you guys already know about all the cards inside Crown Zenith. We have the Guillotine up top. You have the Mewtwo V-Star, which I love. You have the other gold cards in there as well. We're going to take a look at a couple of these. The Giratina, definitely not at all-time highs. This card was up to around $230 at its peak, but we're not at the summer low either of around $150. It's selling in that 190 range right now. Couple recent sales getting close to $200 or a little bit above 200 USD. The Mewtwo, kind of surprising. I figured it would be doing a little bit better at this point. It was over $200 back in September, now selling for around $158, $160 USD. This is definitely my favorite card from the set. Outside of those, Arceus, this is still over $100. Not an all-time high, but still a respectable chase in the set. The Leafeon is something that I wanted to highlight, though. This is really interesting. It's at basically an all-time high and has been for the better portion of the past 3 months on TCG Player in that $58 to $60 range USD. It's a beautiful artwork. I love the card. And this is one of the things I love about Crown Zenith is how many hits there are in the set outside the top 5, the gold cards and the Mewtwo. You have that Leafeon around $60. You have the Deoxys around $50, the Darkrai around $45, Glaceon in that range. You have the Suicune, the Entei, the Raikou, a Mew, yellow border card, Zoroark, another Deoxys, another couple Pikachu cards, Simisear. Like, it is so deep. And this is just the first page. If you go into the second page, you're going to have a lot of these yellow bordered Galarian Gallery cards. And this is what makes the opening experience of Crown Zenith so great is you have the opportunity to pull a ton of these that are $5 to $10 USD. So even if you're paying, $25, $30 a pack for Crown Zenith, the odds you get something decent back is actually fairly high. And that's why people to this day are still ripping a ton of these packs. Now, a lot of these cards, nothing special, in my opinion. I mean, Lapras, cool. Latias, awesome. Samurott, okay. Like, it's not top tier Pokemon that you probably want to chase, but still, it's a solid consolation prize if you don't get one of those top gold cards or the Mewtwo V-Star. Now, I'm sure someone's going to be watching this video and going, Grayson, that's awesome. I'm glad these are at all-time highs. I'm glad you like Crown Zenith. I'm glad you like Paldean Fates, but how does this benefit me? What should I do if I own Crown Zenith? And if you own this product, I would definitely recommend holding on to it for 2026. We could reevaluate in 2027, but I think Crown Zenith still has a ways to go. Same thing with Paldean Fates. The ETBs, I think these are going to be more than $300 at the end of 2026. Booster bundles, I would definitely be keeping an eye on these. And if you can find them cheap right now, probably a fairly solid pickup, in my opinion, in that early SVR block outside of Paldea Evolved booster boxes. You really are stuck with 151 and Paldean Fates. I wouldn't be touching Obsidian Flames. SV base, I mean, I know that's at an all-time high as well, but not what I would be buying. And then what else am I missing? Paradox Rift. You just have no crazy chases in Paradox. I know some people used to say it was going to be the Fusion Strike of Sword and Shield. I just never see that happening. I think it's kind of a mid set. A couple awesome chases. I like the Groudon. I like the Altaria, but the reality is at this point, the market's telling us it's just not going to be one of those winners. So I would stick with Paldean Fates, 151, and maybe a little bit of Paldea Evolved. Good time to be adding to your positions as well in the early months of 2026. But you guys let me know in the comment section down below what you think. With all that said, thank you so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.